Welcome to another training video on how to clean a storefront. This is the cobweb brush or dust brush that we start off with here. You may not have to do this every time on all stores, but it's a good way to start cleaning a stores by getting the cobwebs and the heavy dirt and dust off the frames and off the glass at the top. And you'll notice that also at that point you can dust that top ledge above the door, which gets very dirty. And that's all it takes to dust windows. And do that first, because if you try to do it last, you may get water back on the windows. Here we're using a swivel T-bar, and we're just using the one pass at the top method of wetting. If you're working by yourself and it's a hot day, perhaps it's windy, this may be a good technique. Don't wet so much glass. And then with your adjustable angled Ninja squeegee, you can clean like that. Now notice above the door you're able to come back and do a pull off method there. You pull down and then off. You're raking the water off the glass. So that method shown, you can go back and watch this a few times. We're going to do a high pull video training, a short clip on it here a little bit later. But that's how you pull a window above you. So now you'll notice that this is a squeegee technique here that you can follow. You notice how I started in the middle of the window and then went to the side. And this is the Zorro method, or the supersonic S-curve. It's called the swirl. It's called fanning. I don't think there's an actual official name for it, but it's the professional window cleaning technique that you need to learn if you're going to make any money while you clean windows, because just a straight pull down method is too slow to actually make money in the window cleaning industry. You'll notice on the door, that method of squeegeeing the door you need to learn. Is the fastest way to do it. In this video, instruction is using an 18-inch squeegee. Here we're using the ledgers, a little 6-inch squeegee. You do the tops and do the front, letting your finger right underneath. We'll explain that a little more in another video. And you'll notice here that I rake the water off the top. Now I didn't really need to do that. I did that for video instruction's sake. It already pulled off when I pulled down. But if you do a side-to-side pull, which we'll show later, you'll need to use that small ledger, maybe put on the end of a pole and do that. So here for the bottoms, you'll notice that we're using, again, the swivel T-bar with a monsoon strip washer on the end of it. We wetted those windows, and now we're using a straight swivel lock with an 18-inch Ninja on the end of it. Ergotech straight swivel locking squeegee handle with an 18-inch Ninja channel on it. And that's all it takes in order to clean those windows at the bottom. And here we have the ledger being used at the bottom frame to wipe the water off, which is very important to do. And you do get better at doing that as you go along, getting most of the water off with just the squeegee rubber. Toweling, you know, as high as you can reach each side and front of the frame as you go along. And you'll notice here, very important, across that top part of the door and that top ledge up there, the front of it. Very important to wipe that. Many times new technicians forget or simply do not wipe above the door, and then you'll have white drip marks formed at the top. And there you'll notice those bottom legs there, just went down that with the hand and the thumb and wrapped it and just pushed down and wiped the frame. So we didn't wipe the bottom frames, but we just did the that first ledge and then the sides of the frames. Very important to do on especially these brown anodized aluminum storefront frames. Wetting the entire window now. Wanted to show this method to you. This is whatever you're more comfortable doing. And you'll notice that we're now going to squeegee, and we'll even do the door here on the end of a pole. Now we're going to squeegee using an 18-inch Unger swivel. And notice how that is going back and forth, and this is using that Zorro method on the end of a pole, using a straight swivel squeegee with an 18-inch Ninja channel in it. You'll notice that vinyl sign is right there on the outside of the glass, and I'm squeegeeing right over it. Same with vinyl letters above the door, They're on the outside, but we're just squeegeeing right over. I just tapped a little bit and tapped the left side, you may notice, to pull from left to right and do it with minimizing streaks. They may not be completely streak free, but it's good enough. So you'll notice there that I raked that excess water with the ledger before I did the door. And so there's not puddling water above the door that may drip down when I walk away by the wind blowing it and getting it on the door. Now, in case you wanted to clean these lower windows by hand or without a pole, we'll show you how to do that here using the 18-inch regular squeegee ninja handle. And you'll notice that method, you may need to slow it down, look at it a few times, but that's the method you can use in order to squeegee by hand a lower window. And again, using your 6-inch ledger, squeegee that water off the bottom. Well, that's the end of the video, folks. So what do you need to do next? Well, get your tools together, find a storefront, and practice, practice, practice. Yes, in your neighborhood, find a retail strip center that's got an empty storefront and practice these techniques until you perfect them. Thank you very much for watching.